So today we're making it happen. Find out what your it is, what you've written down, what you have in your mind. And first of all, when you're creating and manifesting your reality or aligning to it because it's already created, decide that you're going to make it happen. That's the first thing. And then it's already done. Welcome, YouTube. Welcome, TikTok. I'm going to put the topics in the chat. These are the 12 topics. You would pick one and you say, hey, Dorian, can you talk about this topic? It is being put in the chat right now. We are here. We just talked about this card just a little bit to get us started. Hello, darling. Hello, darling. When are you going to get your cards, Farah? Which one are you going to get first? All right. Make it happen. After you have set in your mind what it is, your it is, whatever the it is for you that you've written down, you say, okay, this is what I want to align to. Good. So it's not about creating your new reality. And I say that a lot just for us that are on here, but the reality that you desire and design for you, it's already created for you. Okay, I'm going to think about it and I'll see which one you need to get first. I'll look into that too. I mean, because you're an entrepreneur, money, like, first of all, and that's kind of what we're talking about here, make it happen. What is your it? What is the number one it? Because we all have a priority. There are people that have businesses, but they also want to, they want to create wealth for themselves. Which one is more important to you? Do you need the money so that you can fund the business, or do you just want to go straight into manifesting and creating, the reality of having your business? All right, so those 12 topics, you pick one. You say, hey, Dorian, we'll be here for an hour, 10:30 to 11:30. Pick one, pick a number, and let's create together. What is your it? What is your number one priority? And here's so powerful, and I'll probably repeat again as people come in. When it says make it happen, you have to cause it. Make means that you cause something to exist. So whatever your it is that you are creating for yourself, and I even stay away, even though it does say I desire, because I have to use words, to meet people where they are, because desire is something that you don't have, you're lacking, but you do desire it. It's something that you want, and you want to create it for yourself. So you have to make it happen. Pastor's not going to make it happen. Tara Reid is not going to make it happen. God's not going to make it happen. And you don't have to wait on your spouse. Well, I want to wait till my spouse or my partner gets on board with me. Make it happen and watch how quick they get on board. Watch how fast they get on board with you. So to make it happen, and as we're talking, Farah, decide, okay, I know which cards I'm going to get. And we'll probably even go through some and then you'll know. So today is July 14th, and this is from 31 Day Mindset. This is just a general mindset, no specific topic. It says, make it happen. I am aligned to it. It was designed for me. I desire it. So it is for me to make it happen. Okay. If your it is optimal health, peace of mind, whichever one it is. But I did a video about making it. It means to cause something to exist or come about. So everything in your life, you've already caused it. You've already made it happen for you. So why do we stop? We manifest and we create things all the time in our life. And then we just stop. And sometimes we do it and we don't even know. We apply for a job. Oh, I want this job. I'm going to get this job. And you start sending out all this good energy about getting a job. But then you stop there. So today, let's look at our life. What do I want to change? And how do I change it? This is one way to make it happen. Now let's look at abundance. If you're an entrepreneur, you can put in the chat, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. Read one from your entrepreneur decks. I have 12. Look in the comments and see, Dorian, give me a statement that I can live off of to help me align. The reality that you want is already there. It already exists. But you have to come into alignment with it. That's how it works. You have to start talking, behaving, and walking, acting, all the things like a person would who was in that reality. Let's see. And here's the thing. The reason why I use things like make it happen versus desire, like I wouldn't ask you, so what do you desire? What do you want? Because desire is kind of weak when you think about it. If I ask you right now, What do you desire? You would say things like, well, I want to, pay off my debt, and I want to, okay, but look at this energy. What if I say, what's the plan? That's totally different. That's a totally different energy when you're creating a new reality for yourself. What's the plan? So when I talk to people one on one, I ask them, what is the plan? And the plan is, I plan to versus I desire and I want. Desire and want is weak and it means you don't have. But what's the plan? The plan means, and look at it, think about it. When you see movies and you watch TVs and they're all there and there's a problem and then they get together and they're like, okay, so what's the plan? And then they're focused and they're like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna surround the perimeter, and then it's like details. It's step by step by step. So when you're creating your new reality and you're writing it down, it's not, well, I want to pay off my house, and then after I pay off my house, I want to get married. I want. What's the plan? Okay, so the plan is, okay, it's a totally different energy. So what is your plan to make whatever it is that you want to happen? Okay. So that's from the 31 day. This card that I just read was from 31 day mindset, just a general mindset. And they also come in booklet form. You can give me the next topic, or I can pick one randomly. They're in the chat. We could talk about abundance. Dorian, help me create a new reality for myself. The reality is already created, but help me align to abundance. Help me align to entrepreneurship. I don't have a specific topic, Dorian. Just stick with, helping me generally. Optimal health. You pick one. They're in the chat. I also talk about your belief system. What do you believe about the it? So if you're just joining, what is your it? Daily habits that don't deal with eating. Okay, daily habits that don't deal with eating. Well, that's still the general also as well. We can use that. Or even if you did eating habits, you can just take out the eating part. Let's see. Oh, I picked this one, by the way. And so I'm going to read it just because it's in the eating habits, but I'll show you. 21. Okay, I'm going to read this and then I'm going to tailor it to you. I'm consistent with my healthy eating habits. This is what you would say to yourself if you are working on your eating habits. I'm consistent with my healthy eating habits. You can choose whatever habit that you want. If you know you're lazy, if you know whatever your it is, then you switch it and you put your words in there. I'm consistent with my healthy eating habits. It is so freeing to have productive activities at the center of my life versus food. I have found so many healthy things to do and think about since I have mastered my eating habits. So I wrote this for myself because I was always thinking about food, and that was the center of my joy. Food was the center of my life and the center of my joy. So I had to reprogram my mindset. So whatever daily habits that you need to incorporate into your own life, this is what you would do. Sorry, YouTube, I forgot you were there. Thank you. I am consistent with what? Getting up on time. I am consistent with accounting for my expenses and making sure I'm tracking them. I'm consistent with bathing, cleaning myself, whatever it is that you need to work on. And it's so freeing to have productive activities at the center of my life versus whatever the opposite of that is. Okay. I found so many healthy things to do and to think about since I've mastered my bathing habits, accounting habits, exercising habits. You can change it to whatever you want to. So if you're just joining, again, the topics are in the chat. I'm helping people align to the reality that they want. You wake up in the morning, I don't like this area of my life. I don't like my job, Dorian. I don't like the person that I'm with. That's what we're here for. If you want to create or align to a reality where you are manifesting a love union for yourself. All right, let's do another one out of the general, just general mindset. That's where we are right now. You can pick a number if you want, and either I get to it first or you get to one first. What is going to be your knowing? And I've changed it, even myself. This is just me personally, versus a belief system. What's your belief system? Because you could believe something that's wrong. You could believe something that's off. So what is your new knowing system? What do you know is going to work? What do you know? And that's what you're going to align to. All right, let's do, you said day 8. Let's do day 8. We are in the general 31 day mindset, and you can get them in card form, or I also have them in booklet form so you can take them with you. This is how you reprogram your mind. This is what you're going to do. You reprogram your mind. Thank you so much for the gifts, the likes, the shares, and tapping the screen and sharing the live. We are aligning to a new reality. I'm not even the same person I was yesterday. I'm not even living the same life I was living yesterday. Every day I get up and I align to that woman. I become that version of the woman who is. So whatever your it is, you've written it down. This is what I want to make happen for myself. And we're going to go back to day 14 where we started. I am already there in my mind, spirit, and body. Therefore, what I insist has to exist. That was a good pick, Vera, because it brings value to the world. If you just eat off of this every day for your life, when you're creating, manifesting, I know it's mainstream, but I've been doing this for 30 years. Everything in my life I've created, manifested myself off of a job that I was not in alignment with. I manifested myself into a divine union. I manifested myself out of masculine energy and manifested a masculine man to keep me in my feminine energy. All right. As the church folks say, amen. And we can read some love stuff too. Um, I am already there in my mind, spirit, and body. Therefore, what I insist has to exist because it brings value to the world. So if there's something inside of you that, I want to accomplish this, this is what I want, this is what and I'm only using want because I can't talk, in person and, I'm reaching you where you are. But I'm going to read that in a second. I don't use the words want and desire because it's a form of lack, meaning you don't have. But whatever the it is that you are going after, if you desire it on the inside, that means it was designed for you. And I'm going to go back to that card. It was crafted for you. I don't want to go make cakes and have a cake business. That's not what's in my spirit. Okay. I'm an entrepreneur though. I'm a music artist. I'm those things. So if it's inside of me, that means I'm supposed to design it on the outer world. If it's inside of you and you see a picture, like they talk about Walt Disney. Oh, if Walt Disney was here to see what it all turned out to be. He did see it. That's why we see it. He saw it before we did. He saw it and then he put the plan out for everybody else to build it. So he doesn't have to be here physically, alive to see it. He already did. And so you have to already be there in your mind. And I'm going to tell you about this. I'm going to reach a comment. I'm going to tell you more about this. In my humble opinion, you're blessed with high intelligence and a beautiful spirit. I receive that. And I agree with you in humility, peace, and wellness to you today. You will have the best day because we are in alignment with that. Peace and wellness to you 1,000 times over. I'm already there in my mind, spirit, and body. So if I'm already there, that means I should be behaving. I don't want to say acting because that's, can be fake. Behaving and embodying. That's my word. I should already be embodying it. That's why yesterday I'm different than I am today because I am embodying a person who there's something that I'm creating for myself, right? I'm getting ready to do a music video, all the different things. So I'm already embodying the thing that I'm creating for myself. And if you're new, the 12 topics are in the chat and you tell me which topic you want. And then I will read one from my 12 decks and you can pick the date or we can stick with the 14. For example, when I was in the classroom as a health teacher and I wasn't in alignment with that anymore, I started embodying being in full-time entrepreneurship. So I would go into the classroom. Thank you. I would go into the classroom and I wouldn't be a teacher anymore. I would go through the motion, but I would not act like I was a teacher. And I wouldn't even tell people I was a teacher. People would say, and this was years ago, people would say, what do you do? I'm an author and a music artist, and didn't have not a book or a CD or nothing in my hand. But I do now. They're behind the screen on the wall. And so you don't even mention that. So whatever your new reality that you are aligning to, already be there in your mind and spirit. How would that person dress? How would that person talk? Let's get into abundance. Let's get into some money. And this will apply even more. So therefore, what I insist has to exist. Let me give you this. Every day you have to speak it and say it. Somebody can give me a topic that they want to work on. I can give you an example. And, I'm free. I'm carefree. Even if you just say I'm carefree, because some of you are worried about money, worried about bills, worried about the new administration, worried. I'm carefree. And then when the outer world doesn't look that way, I'm carefree. I am carefree. I live a carefree life. I live a carefree life. And that's where a lot of us are separated from other people. You don't insist until it exists. Okay? Let's get into abundance. Let's do Day 14, because today is the 14th. Ooh. And this is stuff that we weren't taught as children, especially melanated people, as church people. I'm not in the church anymore. I used to be a first lady, but now I'm spiritually free. And they didn't teach us this. They just taught you to give your tithes and your offering and wait on the blessing. We don't wait over here. Money seeks me out because I can handle it and multiply for the good of others and myself. My relationship with money is healed. So if you are dealing with money struggles, okay, challenges, whatever the words you want to use, if money is an issue for you, let me tell you how you're supposed to live when it comes to money. You're supposed to have more than enough money to bring value to the world. That's fresh and new. You're supposed to have more than enough money to bring value to the world. A Christian was in my chat on my last line. I'd rather have Jesus than paper money that's going to fade. Okay, be broke. And that also means you can't help anybody because it takes resources, it takes money. It took money for me to create all 12 of these decks and these booklets to bring value to the world. These intentions that you set every day, 31 days, that's what we're about to read from now. I got my hand back. It took money to do this. And if I didn't have any money, then I couldn't create this to help you align with the new reality that's better for you. If I just said, I'll just take Jesus and I'll be broke. Okay, then you don't bring no value. So why are you here? That's what I told him a lot. Why are you here? Why are you here on the earth if you don't have any money to bring any value? And then that when that value is produced, you also get wealth. You also should get money. I get paid for this, right? This is what I do full time on top of other things. So if you don't have enough money, first of all, when I was talking about make it happen, the one for today, July 14th, make it happen, make it happen. Okay, Dorian, I know what my it is. When if you just got here, this is the one we read earlier. Make it happen. I am aligned to it. It was designed for me. I desire it, so it is for me to make it happen. Okay, I want to make it happen, but I ain't got no money, right? So now you create, you align to that amount of money. This is what we say. You wake up in the morning and you embody someone where money seeks me out. And here's the thing: if you really want to shift your life really quick and faster, you got to spend time doing this throughout the day. If you got kids, how? Hey, I need 30 minutes. I need 30 minutes just to sit and embody the version of a person that money seeks out because we're not used to this. And it's 31 days. They say it takes 21 days to create a habit, right? I created 31 days because that's how many days it is in a month, 28, 30, depending, right? But in order to become a new person, a new reality, a new identity, you have to sit in this because the brain is used to whatever you've been taught. The brain is used to money don't grow on trees. You got to work 8 to 5. You got to get paid first and the 15th, and that's it. And that's one of my main messages, especially to us, is it's a programming in your mind that you only get paid bi-weekly. You only get paid on the 1st and the 15th. And the very first card in here is every day is payday. And if you want me to get into it, just type one in the chat and I'll get to it. If not, we're going to keep going where we're going. Money seeks me out. If you just sit with that, money seeks me out. And I'm going to tell you what it does. I'm going to tell you the result of this. Okay, I'm going to read it. Hi, Edna. Money seeks me out because I can handle it and multiply for the good of others and myself. My relationship with money is healed. And this is what we talk about. Some of us had a horrible relationship with money. Let me tell you about this. This is fresh and new too. When you're in a relationship with somebody, think about your partner if you have somebody. You talk to each other, right? You spend time together. Okay. You talk to each other and you spend time together. Money is an energy. It's a currency. That's why they call it currency. It goes in and out. It flows like ebb and flow. If you want a relationship with money, you have to talk to it. You have to give it a command. You have to demand. I speak to my money. I speak to my bank accounts. Some of you are afraid to open your bank account because of what you're going to see or what you won't see. But that fear of looking at the bank account is the block that's keeping you from getting the money. Open that thing up. I don't care if it's negative. Insufficient funds, that's an entity, that's a whole spirit. And that used to live on my life too until I got rid of it. But you have to sit and talk to money and be in a relationship with it. And some of us have a bad relationship with money. And this is what I talk. I'm gonna just give it all to y'all. Okay, because I do one-on-ones and I do sessions, but I'm gonna just give it because I just want to give it, right? When you're dealing with money and the relationship with money, sometimes when you get it, you spend it right away because of a fear that you won't get anymore. I'm glad you're here. I'm loving that you're here. So what I used to do is when I was on that in that frequency, because it's a frequency, first and 15th, you only get paid by a job. When I was in that, when I would get my check, I would spend and and buy all the things that either I wanted or needed because I'm not gonna have any more later. And guess what I was creating for myself? Not having any more later. And so if a bill was due on the 7th or the 13th, let me pay it now, let me pay it now, let me pay it now. So because I ain't gonna have none later, right? And then you don't have none later. Versus practice having money in your account. If you have the money right now, and today's the 14th, and it's not due to the 21st, hold on to the money. Just hold on to it. I know what you do because I've done it. Let me go ahead and pay this girl and pay this money before T-Mobile come get this, before this person gets that. Because what you want to do is get into the habit and the frequency, and you want your body to get used to you having money. Our nervous system and our body is also a part of us creating and manifesting. And our body is used to that anxiety and that fear, but we want to relax. Relax. When you get paid, what's due today? Let's take care of today. Because we're going to read day one and I'm going to show you why you don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to get your whole atmosphere used to I always have money. And it's going to feel good now. So you pay what's due today and then you sit, relax, okay? And then tomorrow, go look at the account and like, man, I got money. Oh, that feels good to just have money. Because if you pay everything now, you're not going to have nothing tomorrow. You know what you're going to be saying? I ain't got no money. You're going to be thinking about, I ain't got no money. I paid everything. So ain't nothing else in there. The outer world is listening to you. Your brain is listening to you. And they're saying, yep, we agree with you. You have nothing. Versus, look at all this money you have. Man, I have so much money. It feels great. Okay, now the 15th comes, the 16th comes, nothing's due. Relax. Because you want to get in the having the feeling of having money. Then when the 21st comes, and guess what's going to happen in between? What my good sis just said, go to day one. Now, this is a programming and a belief system that we have to get rid of. Let me look for it. Boom. Whew, this is my favorite one. And you can get these at my website. I keep forgetting to put this stuff in here. Fair, you can put in there if you want. I am Dorian. You can't put .com because TikTok be tripping. And they don't want you to put it in there, but that's all good. You can get these at IamDorian.com. Ooh, I just feel so good about this one. I just feel good. It just feels so good because I love helping people break the old belief system because we, especially melanated people, and I know a lot of Black people follow me, we are low on the totem pole when it comes to money, right? But we're the gifted, most gifted with hair, clothes, food, dancing, sports. We got all of that. And only a select few of us are millionaires because of a belief system that I only get paid for my job, I only get paid bi-weekly, I only get paid on the first and 15th. And I made this one on the first because it sets the tone for the rest of the month. Okay? Let me bring it close. I keep forgetting about YouTube. Every day is payday. You can stop right there. Every day is payday. I get paid from various sources. The only thing fixed about my income is that it is continual, ever increasing, multiplying. Money circulates back to me. Let me feed you on this, all right? Every day is payday. Because when you say things like, girl, I ain't gonna get paid to the first and the 15th, you just set the standard for your brain in the outer world. You can say whatever you want, angels, whatever you call it, God, whatever. The universe is listening to you and they agree. They don't care what you say, they agree. They get on my nerves. We're going to give you more things to get on your nerves. Ooh, my boss, I can't stand my boss. Two people can go into the same job and that boss can be very annoying. And one person's not bothered. The other person, because you've agreed to it. You said it. You set the standard. You decreed and declared it. So therefore they get on your nerves. And when I used to work at a job, they used to happen all the time. People come to me, I'm like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine, because that's not my reality. What reality are you aligning to? So every day is payday. Let me tell you how this works. Every day is payday. So instead of saying I don't get paid to the first 15, say things like when I get my next cash flow. Because today, somebody can call you today and say, hey, what's your cash app? I just want to be a blessing to you. Is it the 15th? No, it's the 14th, right? You could get paid today with credits, refunds, people that owed you money. Girl, I forgot I owed you $300. What's your Zelle? But if you don't put that out there and create that as a standard, for yourself, then you'll never experience that reality. Some people don't even know that reality exists because of the programming and the conditioning of society and the conditioning of the church, waiting on God. Some people are still waiting on God to do something that they can do themselves. So here's what you do. You wake up in the morning, whether you have the cards, the booklets, or whatever tools you have. Every day is payday. And then you can personalize it. Money's gonna come to me in various sources, various sources, different resources. True story. I went walking. My daughter was there. I went walking, and I found $42 on the ground. I was walking. I was doing an abundance walk one day, and I found $1, $20 bill, and I usually don't go back that route. But I said I'm gonna go back that route just in case, and I found another 20 and another dollar bill, $42. Okay, just on the ground. But we have to open our mindset to that. It's okay if you're gonna get paid from your job, but open yourself up. And so Edna, Dion was on the live, and he's my partner. He said at first when we got to, he's like, I was a little skeptical. I was a little skeptical of this. So he started writing, he started applying it. And then just the other day, he found $10 cash in his shorts in his pocket. I said, that's mine, but it was his, right? And so he was like, look, that's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is we do not have to box ourselves in. We are too powerful. We are all master manifestors, and we are all creators. Everything that you have, you create. When you speak over your child and you say things like, you get on my nerves, you talk too much, and you wonder why your child won't be quiet. Because look at it like this. Everything you say is like a wand. It's like a magic wand. And the outer world does not know sarcasm. They don't know you're joking, only hears words. And they only hear the feelings that are attached to it. So any other cards that y'all want me to read? And I'm gonna still break this one down because people, especially elderly people, I even have a youthful living deck because a lot of older people that are getting up in age, so much death is spoken over them. And I'm not just talking about disease, I'm talking about their social security, talking about all the things. And so I wrote 31 days for them to speak over their teeth, over their gums. Which part do you want me to say? Older people. Here it is. Let me show it to you. Showing them how to speak over their body, how to renew their youth. You don't have to, oh, I'm gonna go old and just go play bingo. I like bingo actually, but I'm just saying that's all I can do. Play a little elderly pickleball. No, you can be just as vibrant as you want to be. Okay, but anyway, people be like, girl, I just gotta. Hey, I just gotta. I got a fixed income. I'm on a fixed income. I'm gonna take that. The only thing fixed about my income is that it's continual. It's ever increasing. Yeah, we'll be here till 11:30. You didn't catch the end. I'm gonna be here till 11:30, 10:30 to 11:30. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, unless I'm in a music studio. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. August may change, but for July we're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then I'm also thinking about doing the evening. The only thing continual about my income is that it's continual, it's ever increasing, it's multiplying. And here's the thing. You have to speak up for your new knowing system. And I was explaining, right. Oh, that's right. We're in different states. The thing is, you have to speak up. That's another part of you manifesting and creating and aligning, right? Right. That's another thing is speaking up. When people talk around you, well, my income is fixed. That means it's continual. Open your mouth and speak. Because if you don't, you're going to hear it and you're going to receive it, even though you may be like, open your mouth. You don't have to be mean. Well, my income is fixed too. It's fixed continual. It's increasing. It multiplies. It expands. Money circulates back to me, girl. Why? You say everything else. You complain about everything, girl. My gout. They cut my shit. You say all the other things. Why can't you speak up? And you know what they're gonna say? Yeah, that's true. They're gonna feel some kind of way. They're gonna feel funny because you're speaking up. So more than just saying, what's my new belief system? What do you know? This is what I know works. And the reason I put money circulates back to me, because we say things like, I got to spend this money. And this is so good. Oh, let me tell you this. I'm just going to give it to you. Right. This is so good. When you say things like, I spent this money, it just went out. You spent it. But when it circulates money, whenever you put out money, speak to it. Put some commands on it. I just spent this money today. Now it's going to multiply back to me 1,000 times over. I am looking forward to how it's going to come back to me. Don't do it and see what happens. Nothing. Do it and see what happens. It's going to come back to you, right? And so I gave this tidbit, something that I teach in my courses. This is so good. I love this. So when you're like, okay, I want to address my money. I want to address my money. When people say you got it going on, I always say, yes, I do. Right. I love that. And she does. Every time I see her, hair and makeup, she just be looking good every time I see her. That's Miss Jackson. And I don't know, for some reason, I haven't forgot what I'm gonna share with y'all. I don't know, for some reason, we feel like we can't say that. When people say, you look good, thank you. I sure do. Thank you. And then if you want to give them something, give them something. Girl, I just threw this on, this whole thing, girl. Yes, I do. And when people say, have a good day, I will. You do the same. Versus, okay, you too. We're just so loose with our words, and then we wonder why our life is not the way that we designed it for it to be. So when you spend money, I don't say spend, because when you spend it, girl, I had to spend $300. Look at the energy behind that. I had to spend $300 because my tires, I just had to send it out. There's no coming back. But man, today I bought some tires, and that money circulating back to me. It's already on its way back to me, multiplied. It's already on its way back to me, multiplied. It's already on its way back to me, multiplied. Try, just do it. Do it. Okay? Now, when you say, okay, Dorian, I really want to be free financially free, no debt. Here's what you do. Here's what we've been taught to do. Okay, write debt on there. Now list all your debt. Car note, 30,000. And you go through the motions, right? Me too. So here's what you shift. Because there are certain words I'm only using on here because we're online. But want, debt, bills, I even got a card here, I'm gonna find it, where we don't say those words because we don't want that to exist in our life. We have to be very intentional on how we speak because remember, somebody's always listening. Your outer world's always listening to you. And if you don't believe me, look at the results of your life. Look at the fruit. Okay? So instead of writing debt, this is good. This is good. Write income. Ooh, I just want to run right now. Okay? Write income. Don't write debt. Write the word income. And then start listing. Car, 30,000. Student loan, ridiculous. Medical bills, 500, whatever. Ricky, hey, when you gonna get your cards? You said you're getting some decks. Which deck are you getting? So what you're saying and what you're reprogramming your mind to do in the outer world to say, this is the income I need. Total it up, comes up to 45,000. Right? All right, universe. Instead of saying this is the debt that I got, that don't feel good. That does not feel good at all. That's overwhelming. That makes you think you can't, and then you give up. Versus saying, okay, I've just listed all the income that needs to come into my life. Whew. And then you start manifesting it. You start creating it. You start speaking it. 45,000 is on its way to me. I look forward to it. It's on its way. Let me tell you why. Because in order to create or to align with the new reality, you have to feel good. You have to feel like it's already done. And like I said, I was in the church, First Lady. I know what the Bible says. And those principles still apply. You have whatsoever you say. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So if you think of yourself and you embody the woman or the man, the person that has no debt, then you got to feel good about it. You have to feel good all the time. Ain't nobody that happy. That's you. That's a belief. That's a belief system, and they are misdirected towards right. That's a misdirection. That is your reality. How do I know that? Because I live with me every day, and I'm happier than I've ever been consistently for the last 13, 14 something years, especially since I left, that the institution. But that's the thing. I'm like this every single day. My daughter is on here. I think she's still on here. Farrah's still here. This is me every day. I don't get down. I don't get sad. I just don't because I know how powerful I am. I've empowered myself. Every day when I get up, I take the day. I don't let the day take me. As soon as I get up, I tell people before you grab your phone, your coffee, your Rise coffee. Did you get your Rise? And that's the thing. You put the Rise in your cart, put these cards in your cart. Deal with the symptoms, but also deal with the source. Every day. That's my daughter, Mrs. Styles. Every day I'm like this because when I get up, I embody and I tell this day what it's going to do for me. All right, day, here we go. And whatever you're focused on, let's do some optimal health ones too. Let's do some on health, but I'm still going to do some more in here. But hey, when somebody say, girl, I'm on a fixed income, and most of the times it's elderly people that are on a fixed income, and that's fine. Well, mine is fixed too, girl. It continues to flow, it multiplies, and we're not going to list our debt anymore. We're going to list our income, right? Because you need the income to pay the debt. Why are we focusing on the debt? Okay. And when my expenses expand, so does my income. That's a card too. I live this stuff. I live it. And so when you get hit with some, girl, I just got hit with a bill. Ooh, the B word is a bad word. We don't use the B word. Ricky, did you hear me? Which card set you said you're gonna get? You told me you're gonna get a debt. Which one are you getting? He's an entrepreneur too. Yeah, we don't use the B word. We don't use the D word. We don't talk those words. We don't speak them at all. You cannot use those because we have a new reality. Here's the thing. If you were in the new reality where everything was paid in full, would you be talking about debt? Would you be talking about debt? No. So as we said in the other set, in the other deck, which one was it? I'm already there in my mind, my body, and spirit. Yeah, whichever card that was. If you're already there, would you be talking about it? No, that's the whole essence of aligning yourself to a new reality, being in it right now. And Melanated, who just joined when she was on the live last time, she was talking about, all the steps that I have to do to get there. There are no steps. You're already there. And now you're just walking it out and allowing it to come to you. All right. What else do we want to read? I'm going to do one for health until y'all give me another one. If I need to put them in the chat, say so. I'll put them back in the chat. Today is the 14th. I already read this one this morning because I read it every day. 5, and which one? I'll read 5. Tell me which deck, and I'll put the decks back in there just in case the comments have moved them far away. Oh, and I'll also put Live 20 if you want to get a set. Use Live 20 for 20% off. Which one you want? Day 5. I'll read 14th, and then you tell me which set in day 5. Which set for day 5. I am in alignment with the frequency. Oh no, you pick. I'm just being. All right, I got you. I'll do that. I'm in alignment with the frequency of optimal health. I am self-aware of what my whole body needs, inside and out. It feels good to be in control of how I feel and heal. I know I say this is good, but these cards are good because health is wealth, right? It's too expensive to eat healthy. There's a card in here that says you're either gonna pay them doctors right now, or you're gonna pay them later. You're gonna pay the funeral home. You're gonna pay for surgeries later, or you're gonna use that money. You're gonna create wealth and manifest money to buy the food and the drinks that you need, so that you can get off of medication. I've talked about that several times. Different diseases, high blood pressure, and all the things that I have rid my body of by taking authority and saying, you know what? I'm in the frequency of optimal health. I'm in the frequency. Frequency means frequent. What am I frequently saying? What am I frequently aligning to? What am I frequently thinking about? Right? My body talks to me, I talk back to it. I've talked about that too. Your body starts talking to you. When there's a pain that comes, it's talking to you. Talk back. Okay, body, what do you need? Before we run to the doctor, I'm not saying be irresponsible. Do what you got to do. But our bodies are natural healers. They heal themselves. And you can be in control of that. You may just need to sit your mind down somewhere. You may just need to drink some water. You may need to stay away from somebody. There could be a person in your life that's physically making you sick. So when you say things like this is going to put it out there to bring answers and solutions. It feels good to know I'm in control of how I feel and I'm in alignment. Drink some water for real. You keep getting headaches. You could just remember your brother, Jaden. He used to always get headaches. He just needs to drink some water. That's it. Versus we bind that headache in the name of Jesus. All that stuff and putting oil and all that kind of stuff. You know how they do. Just stop. Talk to your body. Your body talks to you. Talk back to it. And we talk about fasting a lot in some of these cards. Girl, I can't fast. Yes, you can. Because there's a card that says, I can fast whenever I need to. I love to fast. I'm a master faster. Because fasting can heal you too, right? Girl, I'm gonna get those hunger pains. You already got pains already. You got stomach pains from IBS. So you might as well. I'm gonna do day 5 in another deck too. This is day 5 in optimal health. I understand that physical ailments and pain can result from spiritual or emotional triggers. I just said that. Daily, I make sure to maintain my mental, emotional, and spiritual health, especially relationships. Y'all, we finna go. Let's all just drive together. People can literally make you sick. I just said that. I just said that. See, thank you so much. What is that? Is that how you say it? Nandez? Living life? Literally just said that. That's how we know we're in the right space and in the right space together. We're in the right place together. We're in alignment. So whatever you need, get it. It's 11:11. I don't know how many more minutes that is to 11:30, unless we just go overflow. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm talking about. Whatever you need, get it right now. There's 12 topics, and I'll get it for you. That confirmation right there lets us know this is where we're supposed to be. I literally said that before I even picked it. She said day 5, and I just went there. For some of you, if it is sickness, some people in your life are literally making you sick. And it may not be a physical, they could be messing with your mental, emotionally, getting on your nerves because they don't need to be in your life. And so what you have to say is this: I'm in alignment with optimal health. Even if you're like, well, that's my friend for 20 years, that's my whatever, whatever. Don't take any action. Because if you say things like this, I'm in alignment with optimal health, and you sit and you take time to really feel that and think that and receive that, meditate on it, put your music on, go out in nature, those people will vibrate out of your frequency. You won't even have to do anything. They'll get tired of you. Like, no, I gotta call you. And they'll leave. Bye. Right? But I understand that physical ailments and pain can result from spiritual or emotional triggers. And I talk about therapy and all the things. You are so welcome. I'm gonna do day 5 in another day. For people that are entrepreneurs, my prices are perfect, fair, and congruent to my worth. I offer excellent customer service, top tier products and services. I deserve to be highly compensated for. Those are for people that are afraid to put themselves out there because what about my prices? People ain't gonna, people spend money. And like Dion said, with the Beyonce concert, people got money. Don't don't short yourself when you have your own business. People got money. Like one of those captions, the little Beyonce clips they're showing. Somebody said, "Look at my rent money dancing on stage." You got money, and you're not scared to get evicted, obviously, because you just paid Beyonce $40,000 for a ticket. People got money. So if you're a business owner, if your prices are set and you feel that they are fair and congruent, you stick to that. All right. Let me do one on peace of mind. Okay. Let me do one on peace of mind. It's literally in my hand. I'm holding it. Peace of mind. And I made them in booklet form, but I also cards if you want to be at home with them. But I also have them in booklet form to take with you throughout the day. Good to take with you throughout the day because here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing. We're getting rid of an old belief system so that we can have a new life. The system that you have is producing the life you have. So you have to start thinking differently, talking differently. Thank you, Robert. You have to start thinking differently, talking differently, behaving differently in order to have a new reality. I'm a totally different person than I was yesterday, a week ago, a month ago. I'm always evolving to match the new reality that I want because I'm still creating and manifesting things. With all of that being said, I have to say that you are truly rare and blessed by God. Peace and blessings to you, Robert Conqueror, with one of the sharpest minds and most beautiful spirits I've ever seen. Continue being a true gift from God to the world. My name Dorian means that. It means gift to the world. That Dorian. My name is Dorian, Dorian. It means gift to the world. Alignment, guys. We're all in alignment. Get whatever you need here. This is just my hour. There goes my other sister. This is just my hour that I give. Yes, I do this for a living, but I come here just to give. So take and get what you need. It just fills my heart because, especially us, try not to cry, especially us, I want us to have a new belief system so that we can thrive. I am more than a conqueror, and this is what I recognize. Conquerors, we're all conquerors here. We're more than conquerors. And a lot of us are struggling financially, especially if you've been in a system that is just taking money and taking money and hasn't taught you how to be healthy, hasn't taught you how to be wealthy. And I'm experiencing it because I've been doing this since I was 15. Even though I was doing it in church, I was doing it the church way, having faith, walking by faith, right? And so now being spiritually free, that you can take authority. You don't have to be sick. You don't have to be broke. You don't have to be full of anxiety. I'm so aligned right now with your words because it's your reality. This is the reality that's already there. It's already there. And this is what I tell people because they'll come in my comment sections and y'all that have been on my lives before. Am I going to get married? Am I going to get a promotion? I'm not a tarot reader. You tell me if you're going to get a promotion. You tell me if you're going to get married. Just like Robert was saying, I am. A lot of my cards have I am capitalized. I am more than a conqueror. Robert doesn't have to ask me, will I be successful? You just said you're more than a conqueror. You don't have to tell me that. You already are. So go for whichever you're going to go for. And we're going to go back to our card, day 14. Make it happen. That's the title for today. Make it happen. So Robert doesn't have to ask me, am I going to be, am I, he already said what he is. He said, I am more than. I'm just not a conqueror. I'm more than a conqueror. Come on, somebody. Whew. Day 14. Lord have mercy. Okay. I know I always say that. This is so good. This one is so good. No, for real. There goes that I am. I am at peace because I'm supported by the entire universe. I am always taken care of. Answers always come to me. And things always work out for me. Yes, they do. So if you're saying, yes, Dorian, I want to create a new reality for myself, I do. But I'm worried about this, I'm worried about this. They said this is going to happen. We don't know who they are. They can't do nothing, right? This, that, and the other. Start here. Before you try and strive, I get rid of try myself. It's strive. It's try means that a kid cannot happen. I don't use the word hope either. I hope you get it. That means I can't, there's a possibility that I won't. Go forth and get that job, right? If you're going for something, would you rather somebody say, I hope you get the job? Or would you tell them, go forth and get that job, girl? Right? Yes, they did. They put me right here, right? Right? You'd rather hear that. So hope is not an initiative. Hope don't do nothing, right? Good luck. Whatever. That means I could have bad luck. Just make statements. Make affirmative statements. Not what you desire. What's the plan? Okay? What's the plan? And so here we are. And I say universe because some people still believe in God here. Some people still go to church. And I don't care. That's you. Universe to me means any and everything. It could be universe means a billboard. It means a TikTok that you're drawn to. Universe means I'm riding down the street and I saw somebody with a shirt on. I've actually seen people with the answer I need on their shirt. I'm thinking about something and I leave my house. The answer's on the phone. The answer's coming. I'm going to walk right into the answer. Somebody will be walking by and they'll have a statement on their shirt. Right? And there's my answer. That's what I mean by the universe. So that's new age. That's the devil. That's what I mean by universe. Just everything. And if you want to believe in God, didn't he create the universe? Okay, boom. So here you go. Start here to relax your nerves. And I've even heard Christian, girl, my nerves are bad. Okay, let's calm our nerves down so that we can at least hear the answers when they come. At least we can see the solutions when they come. I'm at peace because I'm supported by the universe. And then, like Nandez, Living Life, was saying, acknowledge it. When something happens, be grateful. I'm showing gratitude right now. You say God's Spirit. I'm in gratitude for sending this billboard or this sign or this TikTok because that's showing me that you support me. Therefore, I'm going to move forward in confidence in what I'm aligning to. Gratitude. Now, here's the key. Most of us are around people that don't act and talk like this and don't live like this. So that's going to be one of your other things is possibly separating yourself or pulling back and pulling away from people. And I'm not friends with a lot of people that I was friends with for 20 years. We had babies together. I named their baby, they named mine, or whatever the case may be. Well, actually, I named my own kids because I want to be strategic of how I named Farah. Farah's still here. Her name is Farah Danielle, Judge. That's her middle name. So, you're going to have to think about the people that you're around now, because this is what I say. When I was friends with one of those girls, one of those women, 20 years, I said, hey, I need 30 days. I need 30 days just to, before I even created these cards, I need 30 days. I'm not going to be talking to you because I don't have time to therapize you. I don't have time to counsel you about that no good that I told you to get rid of in the first place. I ain't got time for that. I'm wanting to create something for myself. And they still try to text. I ignore. It's like, see, this is why we can't be friends. I told you I need 30 days just to focus. And some of you are going to have to do that. That's the only way to really align and get yourself into a new reality, right? Yes, they do. You can throw out some other cards. We got 9 minutes, unless we want to stay 9 minutes before we leave. I am at peace. The universe. Even if you just take the middle section. So what you do when you get up in the morning and you pull yourself one of these cards, or you have your booklet, you can meditate on the whole thing, but sometimes it's just one thing that sticks out. Some of you may need to stick to, I am always taken care of, because you're getting the phone calls, you're getting the text, you're getting the, when you gonna pay this, when you gonna pay this. I am always taken care of. I'm always taken care of. Right? That's good stuff. I think I'm gonna read one from Youthful Living. I haven't read one from that. Because you know what? I'm 46, and I did make this for senior citizens, Youthful Living, but shoot, I still be reading because I'm 46. I'm getting on up there too. And so I want to make sure I'm speaking youth over myself now, so that it can be, it can manifest for me. This is a good one. I have the last say so on the report of how my body works and will work. And I say that my body is limitless in what I can do and how it can perform, no matter my age. I just said it don't matter if you're elder, you still can use this. I just I love this. I just love it. I love the space, right? I can perform no matter my age. You 60 years old, what you doing out there trying to skate? Excuse me? And I love to skate. That's why I said that. I'm limitless in what I can do. Yes, some of you, if you're just starting, I'm not saying if you're on a cane, just get out there and get on some skates. Work yourself up. Work your mind. Reprogram yourself. You know how I know it's true? Because me and Dion, we go running on Sundays and really a lot of days. And we see 80-year-old, we talk to some of them, 70 years old out there just running, passing us up, just going. And we see the same ones, 70 years old. It's a mind thing. So anything that you're creating for yourself, well, I'm black. I'm a woman. I'm a black woman. I'm a man. I'm a minority. I didn't get it. We don't care. Those are realities, but it doesn't have to be the reality you stay in and the reality you stick in. Every day you get up, you can create a new knowing system for yourself. And I don't say belief system. Sometimes you may hear me say it for just the sake of people. What's your belief system? Because a lot of us have come from belief systems that didn't work. What is your knowing? This is my knowing system. All this and everything I do, I know it works. This is my new knowing system that I put into place. So see, it don't matter what your age is. Boom. We do love, y'all. Y'all, anybody trying to love? Man, I know people are turned off by love and what they hear and what they see, but I manifested my partner. He manifested me. We just do running. Who? I like this one because it can apply to no matter what. Okay. This is from Eating Habits, but look, it says I only watch programs or social media pages that promote healthy eating, whatever yours is. If it's getting out of debt, I only watch programs that talk about abundance, healthy eating habits, and abundant mindsets. These go hand in hand, as having an abundant mindset means there's always enough food. Therefore, I can eat in moderation and balance versus gluttony, right? There's so much there. That's a very, very rich card. All right. You could just take out some of it. So if you're having issues and you're striving to master your eating habits or whatever it is, you can't watch mukbangs. You can't sit there on TikTok watching people eat. Thank you so much, Nandez Living Life. Thank you for your contribution and thank you for joining in and just increasing the frequency here. These go hand in hand, as having an abundant mindset means there's always enough food. And that's why I was big, because I had a lack mentality, poverty mindset. There's not enough food. I got to eat all these donuts. I got to eat all the things. I got to eat this. I got to eat all 3 servings now because I ain't going to have none later because I ain't got no money. I got to eat this. They gave it to me. I got to eat all of it. But once I got that's why I carry those two together, the abundance mindset and eating habits, because if I have an abundant mindset, that there's always more than enough. You can apply that to any area. There's always enough. I don't have to eat this food right now. And then it's not conducive to what you're wanting to work on. You can't sit there and watch TV where it's talking about all this food. You can't watch people making unhealthy food. You want to watch a mukbang, watch somebody eating some healthy food. Okay? These go hand in hand. Okay, that's very good. So we'll end here on where we started. General mindset, make it happen. And the word make, it means to cause something to come into existence. That's what it means. Cause it. You are the cause. Ooh, I'm gonna read this one. Yes, I'm gonna read this one. This is one of the songs too that's gonna be on my album that I'm about to release a music single. It's already done, and now we're doing the music video. I wrote a song about this one. They say everything happens for a reason. I am that reason. I create everything I see. From my mind into reality. Yes, I see from my mind into reality. I create everything I see. Thank you. What's on your mind? It's gonna be a great song. And I ain't supposed to be telling this, but I'm gonna tell it anyway. Ricky not on here. He's my drummer. I'm doing this affirmation song, right? Where you can play it and you can loop it. And I'll be singing affirmations and intentions that you can speak of yourself. I can't. I'm supposed to be keeping all kind of stuff, right? But yes, it's going to be so great. So we're already working on that. He's got the music, and you'll be able to just play it in loop. Positive things you can listen to instead of all that. I mean, you can do that every now and then, but they talk about some crazy bad stuff out there in this music. But they say everything happens for a reason. Well, everything happens for a reason, but they're not saying it in the context that we want, right? I am that reason. I'm the reason that it's happening. And you can apply that to the negative as well. When you're looking at, oh, I got all these bills. What? And then you wonder why you have all these bills. Look at all this income that's coming into my life. That's how much I owe. Man, that means that's how much income is about to come. And some so I can have left over. I'm so grateful that all this income is coming into my life. All right. So here you have it. Anything else before we go? Thank you so much for everybody joining. I'll put this in the shit at chat. Say everything happens for a reason. There's my music channel. What else y'all need to know? Use Live 20 for 20% off on the cards or the booklets. You can get them at I Am Darwin. I Am Darwin. I can't put .com because TikTok will block me and kick me out. Make it happen today. Make means to cause it to be. And there's also some other cards in there that says there's no other option. If you wake up every day and you live like there is no other option, there is no other option. This is the only option. So, okay, how are we making it happen? What's the plan? What's the plan? Okay. And some of us just need to start. This is the general. That's why I say you may not need or want to focus on money, health. I just need to get my mind right, just on manifesting and thinking differently, period. That's where you can start. If you just feel like my mind is just so jacked up from church, from what mama taught me, Nana, Papa, Uncle Ray Ray, all of them, stuff I've seen on TV, just my partner, start there. Just start there with just basic. All right. What's today? Wednesday? No, it's not. I'll see you Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10:30. I'll be back on here from 10:30, 11:30 on Wednesday. Gratitude to you all. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for tapping the screen. I'm sorry, Farrah, I forgot to say that again. Tap the screen, share the live. Thank you all, and I'll see you Wednesday, 10:30.